Okay, so serious question. If we're not going on dating apps for dates, where are we meeting men? And where are we meeting men in which we'd actually want to go on a date with? Where are all of the good guys? Can someone enlighten me? Because whatever I'm doing isn't working.
I am Jack's complete lack of surprise.
I do not know how many times I gotta tell you, sweetheart, but all of the good men that actually wanted to be in a legitimate relationship with you were all at Skeeter's house last night. It was pretty low-key. We were just hanging out and playing Tecmo Super Bowl fantasy football and helping Skeeter organize his massive DVD collection of a few decades worth of gunfight movies. And we had this incredibly long and profoundly deep discussion about John Woo's second best American gunfight movie. Now, we all agreed that the de facto winner of this list was obviously Paycheck, but we couldn't decide if Hard Target or Broken Arrow deserved the silver medal. Jean-Claude Van Damme teaming up with a Cajun Wilford Brimley fire archer, or John Travolta doing his best John Travolta impression as he faced off against a nuke and partied with Howie Long. Personally, I'm a Broken Arrow kind of guy, but I refuse to put myself in a cage and pick just one. The way I see it, every single one of those movies is worth a troy ounce of gold in my book. See what I did there?
You good looking. You're hot.
I'm still waiting for the day I go on a date with a guy that like actually deserves the outfit I have on. And like the look. And me, honestly. Maybe that's what it is. Because I'm a Virgo rising, so you know I look perfect every time. Hair, makeup, fit. It's always perfect. And I'm always late. At least 30 minutes. Which is so bad. But they never say anything. Because I look perfect.
I don't think any of that's true.
So what part of astrology actually covers the aspect of your life where you're just an unpleasant person to be around? I was gonna take some time to look that up myself, but then I realized that I'm a dude and I'm entitled to a better class of information. Modern women love to put their faith in astrological signs as an excuse to justify their terrible behavior, which is ironic because if men blame their zodiac signs on their life choices, those very same women who offer burnt sacrifices to their astrological signs as they blame their cheating on being a Scorpicorn, she will absolutely lose it if a dude does the exact same thing. Sorry, sugar, it's not your zodiac sign. It's you. You disrespect a man's time and you think you're rewarding him by dressing up and putting on 3 pounds of makeup all over your face. But we all know the reason why you do it. And it's not to try to attract a Cancer. There's no need for that. You clearly already are one.
But then they're wearing like a fucking windbreaker. I'm not even making that up. The last guy I went on a date with, he was wearing a windbreaker to drinks. You guys. I'm in a Reformation dress. My hair is blown out. He's wearing a windbreaker? Are you f***ing kidding me? It gave me so much pause. Because then it's like we look weird together. It doesn't work. It doesn't match. Crazy. Like the audacity of that? A windbreaker?
I must have missed 60 minutes. What are you saying?
And what exactly is wrong with a windbreaker? They're affordable, they're practical, and incredibly useful. If anything, him wearing a windbreaker shows that he's the kind of man who prepares for inclement weather and is still willing to sacrifice a minimum amount of style in order to do so. You, on the other hand, showed up a half an hour late to a date, overdressed and acting like you're perfect. But answer me this, woman. How can you be perfect if you're swearing and judging a man for his jacket? The only person who cares about that kind of crap is you. And you're more concerned about the judgment of the strangers around you as opposed to the judgment and impressions of the man you apparently dressed up for, and that makes you far from perfect. That actually makes you rather insufferable, and self-respecting men have better things to do with their time and money than waste both on you, like buying quality windbreakers, for example. Now that is an investment that just speaks for itself. I'm not a financial advisor, I just need to make that clear.
Well, ain't that a nice way to talk to a lady?
Oh, I didn't know I was talking to a lady.
When a man is interested in me, one of the first questions I will ask is, how is your relationship with your mother? Because you just called me mummy like 2 text messages ago, so maybe you should give her a call?
Hey, leave the mothers out of this, all right?
Well, the relationship with my mother is none of your concern, but I think we can all tell the kind of relationship you had with your father, and I gotta admit, sister, it's not looking good for you. And as the bailiff of the Homeowners Associative Court for the surprisingly fair and just intergalactic space god and landlord Morgablord, all hail, I deem your conduct to be unbecoming and rather distasteful. And as a certified bailiff for the only landlord this universe will ever need, I am hereby serving you with your eviction notice from planet Earth. Please leave the Earth immediately because you are now officially trespassing on private property.
And may God have mercy on your souls. Who wants to go Friday?
The only relationships that will last long-term successfully are as followed. When the man loves the woman way more than the woman loves the man, or when the man and women love each other equally. And the common denominator here is that the man has to be fully invested. The thing is, that lopsided relationship where the woman loves the man more is going to fail because she is putting in overtime.
What has that got to do with it?
Woman, how in the hell do you measure love? It's an overrated concept that's been bastardized thanks to movies, social media, and crappy Taylor Swift songs. In other words, literally her entire discography. It's awfully convenient that you don't actually have to put any quantifiable unit of measurement behind this idea. It's all based on feelings, and even if you could, how would you put that into words? Is there some type of a love scale? Like, let's say a man swears a vow of fealty to a woman. How many love points is that when compared to a different man who's willing to offer that same woman $5 grand for one night in bed? If a woman makes her man a home-cooked meal, how many love points does that equal when compared to a man who's welcomed her into his life in his home? You're the one who created this garbage, so you tell me.
Women will always put in effort in the relationship to make it work, whereas man has to feel fully invested in the relationship in order to make the changes necessary, in order to communicate effectively, in order to put work into the relationship. If you're a woman watching this and you are stuck on that crusty, dusty ass man, this is your sign to take your energy back. Put it back into yourself, put it back into someone who is going to treat you like the f***ing queen that you are.
Great plan.
Thank you.
He likes your plan, Chief.
Oh, you got that backwards, sister. A modern woman will leave a relationship as soon as she gets a hangnail because she believes that it's a sign that the relationship is doomed to fail. And she will always find an excuse to bail whenever the situation doesn't benefit her anymore. Because in the modern relationship, loyalty always comes with a price tag, and that price is never discounted. Just take a look at when modern housewives file for divorce after the husband loses his job or she ends up finding a better one. If a man decides to stay loyal to a woman, he will try to move heaven and earth to make things work, but a modern woman will make a man jump through hoops of fire just to get a hug and the minimum amount of recognition for doing something. So it's not asking too much that if a man is going to be sharing his time, energy, and resources with a woman, that she doesn't bail when you tell her that her fifis are making her unhappy. So maybe you should take that energy you obsess over and put it towards something useful, like not bothering to post cringe on TikTok anymore. That would be incredibly useful to humanity.
Even though we can provide for ourselves, I think we should totally normalize a man buying us a nice dress for the date or offering to sometimes pay for our lashes or our nails or whatever it is you do. Because I don't think men understand how expensive the girl they like actually is. Men are gonna be out here arguing with me about what I just said and be like, well, I like a natural, low-maintenance girl anyways. But I fully believe men don't know what a natural, low-maintenance girl actually is.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Well, I fully believe that we should normalize women buying me a box of ribeyes every time I go out on a date. I don't think women understand how expensive ribeyes are, especially when you consider the amount of hours I have to work in order to earn a paycheck. I'm sacrificing days of my life in order to make money, and that's just an inconvenient fact that modern women love to ignore. Because for some reason, this woman assumes that men want her clad in designer dresses, which makes no sense from any metric. Financially, it makes no sense because those stupid things cost too much money. Practically, it makes no sense because those things look uncomfortable. And from an efficiency standpoint, it makes no sense because you're only gonna wear the thing once, and then you're gonna let it collect dust in your closet, but at the same time, refuse to give it up. So if a man is working his ass off to earn this money, why should he waste it just so you can own more things?
For example, I walk around in this no makeup vibe. I always wear gym gear. I have my hair tied up, and a lot of men have said I like a natural girl like you. What are you talking about? I have Botox, I have lip filler. Believe it or not, this is not my natural hair color. And I can't speak for other countries, but here in the UK, especially in London, majority of girls have hair extensions. A lot of the guys, believe it or not, will believe that that's their real hair, like it's thick and long naturally. I have fake lashes, and to you, it may seem obvious, because to me, it is extremely obvious. I'm wearing these for years. In the years I've been dating, I have realized that these are fake. They think these are real. Like, I came out my mama with these. Surprise! These are not my real nails. They're acrylic. I do know it looks like I've got natural makeup on right now, but I have at least 9 to 10 products on my face right now.
It's a fake.
Oh, we can tell, woman. We know everything about you is fake. You're wearing 2 pounds of makeup, you got filters running, your face has that Botox sheen, and we know those nails are fake because they're the kind that prevent you from wiping in a manner that would be considered sanitary even in the most minor of circumstances. But that's not the only thing about you that's fake. Your personality is also fake. There is not a single thing that's real about you, and we didn't ask you to do any of that. You chose to do that of your own volition, and you did it to attract attention from multiple men. Not the one you're using for a free meal. Sorry, princess. You're the one wasting money on crap we don't want. And that is your problem.
And then when we go on a nice date, depending what the day is, you know, like let's say it's a nice day and we buy a dress for that day. People are going to be going to Shein and getting like a dress for under £50. Sometimes go to House of CB. And the dresses there are a minimum like £160 to 200 something pounds. Either way, this all adds up, you know, money, 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 money. By the way, I'm fully aware there are girls out there and girls watching this that don't do anything of what I just mentioned, but let's be real, a majority of girls do at least 2 to 3 of the things that I just mentioned.
That's not my problem. It's yours.
Alright, let me ask you a question, sister. What is the purpose of going to a store to buy a brand new dress for a singular date? Why are you wasting so much money? You're not honestly gonna sit there and try to tell me that it's to impress me for some reason, are you? That's not true, because you just told men that they're too stupid to tell that 90% of your body is chemically processed. You're doing it because you have an empty void in that husk which used to be known as your soul, and you try to fill it with meaningless possessions. And men are not responsible for any of that. If you choose to live your life that way, then that's on you, sweetheart. You're a strong and independent woman who can buy her own stuff. So go buy your own stuff and prove that you don't need no patriarchy. You literally asked for it.
So yeah, I'm not saying that a relationship should be transactional. That's not the reason why you get into that relationship in the first place. My point is, I really don't think men realize how expensive the girl they like actually is. As much as he wants to believe that the girl he likes is a low maintenance natural girl, he doesn't realize that what his eyes are liking is costing. So my point is, it wouldn't hurt to sponsor.
Uncle Sam don't give a shit about your expenses. You want bread? Fuck a baker.
Sponsorships? So that's what we're calling it nowadays? You literally just said a man should be buying your stuff in order for him to date you. And if someone is trading money for a product or service, that is known as a transaction. And modern women have made relationships transaction-based. You demand that the man pay for everything, and you've yet to give us a reason why you're worth such a feeble expenditure. You're not providing us with anything we can't provide for ourselves, and anything you claim you can provide isn't worth the hassle or the debt. Men are not responsible for your lifestyle, lady. We're too busy grinding and surviving to care about your wardrobe. So if you want to keep that lifestyle, then that's on you, sweetheart. Just go out there, work harder, and spend your own stupid money for once. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents, and as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. And I know, I might get a lot of hate for saying this, and I know it might be considered sacrilege, but Broken Arrow will always be my favorite John Woo movie with my favorite, and I know I'm gonna get some heat for saying this, and I know it might be sacrilege, but I will always prefer Broken Arrow to Face Off, and there isn't anything anyone can do about it. So sue me. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.